Okay, we're doing it the way sax comes in first. Bro, would have been jumping.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Vikash Yadav. As Professor of International Relations and the presiding officer of the faculty, it's my pleasure to act as faculty marshal for today's commencement. We begin this ceremony by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Onondaga, or the people of the Great Hill. In English, they are known as the Seneca people, the keepers of the Western Door. They are one of the 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. Please remain standing for the chaplain and Dean of Spiritual Engagement, Nita Bird.
Today is a celebration of life, your lives. Lives that flow like the waters of the lake beside us. Like water that glides over the smooth places and yet churns over the rough places when they pop up. Like water that flows gently in times of peace, or water that rages in times of the storm. Yes, your lives are like waters formed from the eternal source of life, bringing gifts that are unique to each and every one of you graduates of the class of 2024. And so, my prayer today is that may the waters of your lives be blessed. Blessed in this moment where you can gaze into the mirrors of your souls and see the beauty that each one of you holds. Take a moment to pause, to give thanks, and to rejoice, because this is a day to dance with all of creation in joyful exuberance. Exuberance for a job well done in times of pandemic and in times of health. Exuberance for the potential that you will take forth into this world. And as you brave the storms, as you enter this place during a time of COVID-19, in the middle of a pandemic, but now today you stand right here on this quad of Hobart and William Smith. And so, I ask blessings for the graduates of 2024 as you receive recognition for all the work that you have put in during these years. Blessings for the families and friends and faculty and staff, alumni, and all who are gathered here today. And may you share the joy of these graduates as these graduates set foot on this stage in the flow of life that joins into the heartbeat of all creation. Bless you, graduates. So you always treasure the friendships you have made here at Hobart William Smith. Bless you, graduates, so you always have the courage to hold on to the delight of every sunbeam that you have experienced here, no matter how the storms rage in your life. Hold on to those sunbeams in each other's faces. Bless you as graduates, so you can always embrace the inner peace within your heart and know and live with the assurance that you are loved beyond measure just because you are alive, just because you're here in this moment. And so rejoice in the life you have today and the promises you have this moment and forevermore. May you be blessed. Amen.
Please be seated. Professor of Music Robert Cowles will now lead the graduating senior members of the college's chorale, assisted by other chorale members in a performance of Fair Phyllis I Saw by English Renaissance composer John Farmer.
Feeding a flock near to the mountainside.
That Phyllis I saw sitting all alone.
Feeding her flock near to the mountainside.
The shepherd knew not where she was
The
gone.
shepherd knew not whither she was gone.
After her lover,
After her lover, amid his high, up and down he walked.
up and down he wandered, up and down he wandered.
Well, she was missing.
She was missing.
When he found her, oh, then they fell a kissing. Oh, then they fell a kissing, oh, then they fell a kissing. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down,
Up and down he wandered, up and down he wandered, up and down he wandered.
Well, she was missing.
She was missing.
When he found her, oh, then they fell a kissing. Oh, then they fell a kissing, oh, then they fell a kissing.
To preside over today's commencement, please welcome the president of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, Mark D. Gearin.
Thank you very much, Professor. And on behalf of the trustees of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, our faculty, and our staff, good morning, and welcome to the exercises of commencement. Thank you for being with us here to celebrate the class of 2024, as well as those who are earning the College Experience Certificate, Masters of Arts in Higher Education Leadership, Master of Arts in Teaching, and the Master of Science in Management degrees. We are honored to have members of our Board of Trustees with us here today, including our Board Chair, Craig Stein, our Vice Chair, Cassandra Naylor-Brooks. On this podium and on this platform party, our commencement speaker, and those honorary degree recipients who will be recognized momentarily. But allow me first to welcome in a special way the families of our graduates. Thank you for the trust you have commended to Hobart and William Smith to prepare your children for their future. Thank you for your commitment to your students, for encouraging them when they were faced with challenges and celebrating them when they succeeded. Know one thing, that when your students graduate from Hobart and William Smith today, they enter a community of alumni that will hold them dear, that will support them in their dreams, and be there with them always. As we begin the exercises of commencement, we remember and send all good wishes out to Connecticut, to the William Smith lacrosse team. And, right, give it up for the William Smith. Yesterday, they beat Gettysburg College 18-10, but who's asking for the scores? And later today, at 1 o'clock, they will play Colby College in the Elite Eight. So they are not joining us today, but tomorrow, in this space at 9:30 a.m., we will have a special commencement for them, a mini commencement, but we send all good wishes out to Connecticut for their success today. Let me also begin with my heartfelt thanks to members of our faculty and staff, certainly, for this past year. But today, on this beautiful day of commencement, our buildings and grounds staff, and the care and the attention to detail that is abundant in this space. Early this morning, literally as dawn was breaking, they were in this space, making sure every seat was placed correctly, with air blowers to dry the seats from the evening dew. The attention to detail, the faithfulness to this place in celebration of our graduates is evident to all of us, and I thank them all most sincerely. And finally, as I begin these ceremonies, with a tribute to our faculty, who are seated behind me. If our platform could be bigger, it would include our staff colleagues and our buildings and grounds colleagues as well. But let me, in a particular way, honor our faculty, who this year, like many years in the past, have been recognized by Princeton Review as among the best faculty in the nation. Our graduates know that. But in particular today, the moment cannot be passed without acknowledging 4 colleagues who will complete their tenure here at Hobart and William Smith, who, by a vote of the Board of Trustees, have been accorded an emeritus status of professor at Hobart and William Smith. And these 4 colleagues collectively have served nearly 150 years of service to our students in their teaching and scholarship and community engagement. So today I honor Cliff Hood, John Halfman, Wes Perkins, and Jack Harris for their service.
Provost Sarah Kirk and President Mark D. Guerin will now present, in the name of the Board of the Trustees, the candidates for honorary degrees.
It is my honor and pleasure to recognize this year's honorary degree recipients by selecting distinguished individuals of demonstrated merit and accomplishment to be recognized by conferring of honorary doctoral degrees. The Board of Trustees, through its Honors Committee, invites them into a special relationship with the colleges. These awards carry the full weight of the history, traditions, and ideals of Hobart and William Smith. They are given with care and respect and with an honest affection for those whose lives and deeds are privileged to honor. I present Jessica Knoll from the class of 2006 as candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Jessica Knoll, author of the New York Times bestsellers Luckiest Girl Alive, The Favorite Sister, and most recently, Bright Young Women. Your first-person narratives, now published in more than 40 languages, have reimagined the conventions of crime literature to explore and expose important stories that so often go untold. Your work sheds important light on the interpersonal and societal dynamics of violent crime and the treatment of survivors. As a screenwriter and executive producer of Luckiest Girl Alive, you've received critical acclaim and have been named a screenwriter to watch by Variety. In your work, you regularly challenge the ways in which women have been traditionally written about, earning you many accolades. The New York Times named your latest book an editor's choice. NPR called it the best book of the year. It's an Edgar Award nominee for Best Novel. And so, for your artistic achievements as a novelist and screenwriter, started here on this campus where you majored in English with a concentration in creative writing. For your steadfast resolve in writing about urgent and challenging subjects that stretch us to think in new and profound ways. And for the exemplary creativity and determination you've modeled to our current students. As an English major and art scholar, Hobart and William Smith honors you today. And therefore, it is my distinct pleasure by the authority of the Board of Trustees to bestow on you, Jessica Knoll, this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters Honoris Causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
I now present John E. Norvell from the class of 1966 as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
John Norvell, as a decorated air combat veteran of the Vietnam War, a former assistant professor of American social and military history at the U.S. Air Force Academy, and as a past director of alumni relations at Hobart and William Smith, you've demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to serving your country, your community, and your alma mater. After graduating from Hobart with high honors in American history, you joined the U.S. Air Force and amassed more than 1,400 hours in the F-4 Phantom IIs and other jet aircraft. As a member of the 13th Tactical Fighter Squadron in 1973, you flew on the final fighter mission of the Vietnam War. You later served as the executive officer and historian of the U.S. Air Force in Washington, D.C. And in 1993, you returned to Hobart and William Smith as alumni director and have revived many important traditions that remain alive and well because of your stewardship. Developing the Distinguished Faculty Award to honor professors who made a powerful difference in our students' lives. The Day of Service, which just celebrated its 30th anniversary to bring Hobart and William Smith students and the Geneva community members together for service projects. The college has honored you in 1997 by inducting you as a Druid and recognized your loyalty in 2016 with the Lifetime Service Award. And so for your service to the United States as an airman and educator, for your enduring commitment to your alma mater, and for your selfless support for your fellow alumni and veterans, Hobart and William Smith honors you today. And it is my distinct privilege, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on you, John Norvell, this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters Honoris Causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
I now present Michael E. Rollins. Sorry, very emotional. Posthumous, oh my gosh. Posthumously, as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, his son, Dylan Rollins, will accept on his father's behalf.
William Butler Yeats wrote, "He had every gift, but the length of years. In a life cut far too short, few have done more to lead and mentor and serve as a champion of Hobart and William Smith than Trustee Michael Rollins. Today, it's an honor to present this honorary degree to his son, Dylan Rollins, from the class of 2016, and to recognize his wife, Rhonda, and their daughter, Melissa, who are here with us. Michael said he fell in love with Hobart and William Smith the first time he set foot on this campus to visit his brother, Phil, in 1971. And over the course of his life, he continued to share his love for his alma mater, mentoring countless students, alumni, and certainly this college president. He held tight to a core belief: the being of service to others was the definition of a life well lived. An outstanding student athlete, member of the Hobart soccer team, he double majored in history and art history, graduating with high honors. He embarked on a wide-ranging career, serving as head of enterprise content and broadcast media design team at the Walt Disney Company. And over the course of his life, 7 members of his family attended Hobart and William Smith, a shared experience that Michael took great pride in. And no one, and I mean no one, had a greater collection of Hobart and William Smith branded clothing and swag than Michael Rollins. It was his signature. And so for his intelligence and creativity, which he shared so generously, so freely with people lucky enough to call him his friend, for his compassionate and thoughtful mentorship of generations of Hobart and William Smith students, for his inspiring career distinguished by relentless creativity, curiosity, and interdisciplinary innovations, and for the way in which he moved through the world with panache and orange and purple sneakers. For his boundless generosity and his service to his alma mater, and in honor of the life of consequence he so clearly led, Hobart and William Smith honors Michael Rollins. And it is my personal honor and privilege, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on Michael Rollins this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Dylan, may this honorary degree be an enduring symbol to you and to your family of our love and our appreciation for your father.
I now present Carol Ann Spahn as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Carol Spahn, shortly after the fall of communism in Romania, you moved there to serve as a Peace Corps volunteer. That experience informed your lifelong advocacy for the transformational power of volunteer service. In your career, you have not shied away from big challenges, tackling some of the world's most pressing problems, from infectious disease prevention to economic development to women's empowerment. After returning from Romania, you embarked on a career in not-for-profit management and in the private sector, eventually returning to the Peace Corps, where you took on increasingly complex roles around the world. And in 2022, in recognition of your leadership and commitment, you were named the 21st Director of the Peace Corps. You now lead the agency in its mission to advance world peace and friendship, overseeing programs in more than 60 countries, and continuing a legacy that was started by President Kennedy in 1961. With pride, we note that more than 200 Hobart and William Smith community members have served in the Peace Corps, and 2 of our seniors graduating today will do so this fall, Ahmed Weiss in Kenya and Alanson Loomis in Fiji. And so for your dedication to public service around the world, for your example of global citizenship, for your inspirational leadership in advancing economic opportunity, gender equity, healthcare access, peace, and cross-cultural engagement, for the difference you make each and every day in the lives of people across the world, Hobart and William Smith honors you. It is my distinct pleasure, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on you, Carol Ann Spahn, this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations. Members of the class of 2024, honored guests, our commencement speaker, the Director of the Peace Corps, Carol Spahn.
Oh my goodness, I did not expect this moment to be so emotional. Thank you, President Guerin, to the entire Hobart and William Smith community. I am truly so honored and very inspired to be here today at a school that is so very clearly committed to pursuing a life of meaning, a life of service. It comes through in every interaction I've had in my brief time here on campus. And I can say to Michael, I can see why he fell in love with this place on his very first day here. Graduation is such a time of promise. And it's a tremendous accomplishment in normal times. But ladies and gentlemen, these are not normal times. For this brave class, these committed professors, the amazing families who are here, you are all part of the class of 2024, having navigated college and supported these students during one of the most disruptive periods in modern history. Walking around campus with masks on, enduring daily health checks and social distancing, with shifting mandates and tremendous uncertainty, just as you were jumping into this new phase of your life in an unknown place with people you had never met. My hat is truly off to you. Despite all this crazy world has thrown at you, you have shown grit and resilience and adaptability in ways that will serve you for the rest of your lives. So I want to offer my sincere congratulations. You've done it, and I'm going to do something a little bit unconventional right now. I'm going to invite everybody to stand up for a minute. I would like you to turn to your neighbor, lift your hand up high, give them a big high five, tell them you are proud of them, tell them you are grateful for them. I'll give you one too. All right. All right, thank you. You all are amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. What a terrific community. And now that we have established that you have what it takes to do incredibly, incredibly hard things, I implore you, class of 2024, and that means all of you, to boldly take the energy that just rippled through this crowd, the joy, the love, the support, and channel it towards what we see today, an unprecedented opportunity for large-scale, positive societal change that is staring us right in the face right now. During COVID-19, so much of what we knew and accepted was turned upside down. Now we stand at the precipice of what was and what will be. And we share an urgent and potentially beautiful moment to shape what we will become as individuals, communities, a nation, and global citizens. There is so much at stake right now. Today I will talk about progress, not just the measurable kind, although we'll start there. Perhaps more importantly, at this time of massive, rapid technological advances, I will talk about progress towards our shared humanity and the tremendous responsibility we have to intentionally and fiercely nourish connection, connection across difference, connection across borders. But first, let me take you back a few years. In May of 1990, I was sitting at my own graduation ceremony, about to join a world in massive political transition, a world racked by fear and loss from a devastating new disease, a world on the verge of a technological revolution that would change everyday life as people knew it. Sound familiar? Just a few months before I graduated, the Berlin Wall fell. Up until that point, the Cold War had defined my life in more than half a century of world history. Tensions, brinkmanship, proxy wars, and the threat of nuclear disaster hung over our heads. And then suddenly, there we were, watching on TV one night as people started climbing up and over that wall, hammering away with sledgehammers at this monument to decades of political gamesmanship. We watched as the people from East and West Berlin, who until just a day before would have been shot trying to cross the wall between them, we watched them walk through these giant holes to embrace one another after decades of separation. And in an instant, the world as we knew it had forever changed. At the same time, the HIV crisis was reaching global proportions, unleashing fear in communities around the world, including right here in the United States. Contracting HIV at that time was a certain death sentence. It disproportionately impacted poor and marginalized communities. In some countries, over 25% of the population was infected with HIV, and Saturdays were reserved for funerals. I didn't know it at the time that I was sitting in your seats, but the internet was about to make its way into homes across the country and throughout the world, ushering in a digital revolution that completely changed how we lived and worked, almost overnight. Now, I'm going to stop for a minute because I'm looking at some of the faces of our graduates, and yes, it is true, I went to college before the internet. I typed my school papers on a typewriter. I might have been very excited to send my first fax, and I was already serving overseas in the Peace Corps in Romania when we made the transition from snail mail to email. I stand before this podium today feeling really, really old, confessing those tidbits, hopefully a little bit wiser, but incredibly confident in the collective power we all share to make a difference in the world. One action, one relationship, one connection at a time. Every moment from my graduation today, progress was being made. Not the front page headline, breaking news kind of progress, but rather the slow, steady, easy to miss progress, which only becomes blindingly obvious with the value of hindsight. The kind of progress that can only happen when people work together behind the scenes, out of the limelight, day in and day out, for a better world than the one they inherited. Real progress, like the fact that by 2015, just 25 years after I graduated, we saw the rate of extreme poverty around the world drop from nearly 36% to just 10%. Or the fact that global literacy rates have risen from 42% to 87%. Or that HIV/AIDS, which once threatened to decimate an entire continent, is now a manageable disease that people live long lives with. Progress on a disease like HIV/AIDS wasn't inevitable. It happened because the global community came together. They connected across disciplines and across borders to stop it in its tracks. And because they did, some of the world's poorest countries have reached epidemic control. And an end to the HIV/AIDS crisis is actually within our reach. Something I never thought possible while sitting at my own graduation. As we turn now to face the challenges of today, challenges that impact us as a truly global community, I have so much confidence that our combined ingenuity, action, and care can move mountains. None of us is expected to have all of the answers. None of us are responsible for single-handedly ushering in a new scientific, technical, or cultural revolution. But at the Peace Corps, we believe that every intentional action taken in pursuit of progress matters, even if the impact cannot be seen until decades later. We never underestimate how simply showing up, taking the time to show that you care, or offering a kind word may fundamentally alter the trajectory of someone's life. Now, I will tell you that I have the best job in the world because I get to hear about that impact. I get to hear about it often decades later as I speak with foreign ministers or chiefs or former students who were taught by Peace Corps volunteers. And I listen with a full heart as they tell me how they paid it forward, creating a ripple effect around the world. Class of 2024, the world needs your kindness. It needs your spark. Be bold and let your light shine. Be a cheerleader for those around you. Create and recreate community again and again in every interaction. You have faced a lot over the 4 years that you have been here, and you went through it together. You faced it with the people you met that first day moving into Hale Hall or Blackwell House, who are now some of your closest confidants. You faced it with these amazing teachers and professors and advisors who guided you on the path to take or helped pick you up when you fell. If there is one thing I've learned over the course of my life and my career, it is the power of that connection. The authentic human connection that we are all fundamentally wired for. Now, I will tell you, this has not been an easy path for me. I studied accounting in undergrad. Numbers make sense to me, but people are much more complicated. It was easy for me to hide behind a balance sheet that reconciled every month. There was clarity and simplicity. But back in the good old days, when I was sitting where you are, there was also a much larger shared favors economy. I was forced to go outside of my introverted world to ask for help, to engage. When you needed a ride to the airport, you asked a friend. When someone was sick or had a baby, you brought food. And when a friend came to town, they'd sleep on your guest bed, your couch, or the air mattress that slowly deflated throughout the night until you woke up on the floor in the morning. Today, what do? We order an Uber. We send DoorDash or gift cards. We stay at Airbnbs. It's incredibly convenient. It's great business. It's efficient. But lacking in all of those small points of human connection that used to be inherent in our everyday lives. Technology has been at the forefront of tremendous progress, and for that I am grateful. But we must take intentional action today, right now, every day as we move forward to ensure that it doesn't continue to push us apart, to drive us further into our bubbles and our echo chambers, to places where we can hide behind the safety of a screen, where we don't risk that glorious awkwardness that comes from the chance encounter with a stranger or an uncomfortable silence. I invite you all to reflect on one or two of your most meaningful or memorable experiences that you've had in your life. When you felt your understanding of the world and yourself expand, when you felt a deep connection to a person, a place, a culture, or a worldview. I'm willing to bet that the moments that come to mind are times when things didn't go as planned, when you had to overcome an unexpected hurdle, when you stepped outside of your comfort zone, maybe even made a fool of yourself. For me, it was breaking down in tears during a very official ceremony around an ancient Bodhi tree in a Buddhist temple in Sri Lanka. It was getting horribly lost on our first family road trip in Africa. It was attempting to sing awful karaoke with new friends, people I had just met in DC, or sitting down and explaining to my Romanian host family that although I told them I eat everything, that didn't include cow tongue. These treasured moments and experiences, the times where I've stretched and grown, all come from times when I let my guard down, when I took a chance, and I experienced those moments of embarrassing, poignant, cross-cultural, real connection. Those moments are precious, and they've taught me that I can embarrass myself. I can fail, I can break down in tears, and it will not only be okay, but it will bring me closer to people. It brought me closer to people. So now, instead of fearing ridicule, I am willing to take risks, knowing that people have my back. So my call to all of you statesmen and herons, the class of 2024, fiercely nourish and seek out connection. Do not stay in your bubble or pod. Go into the kinds of deeply personal, curious, human connections made across difference that have the potential to alter the course of human history, one relationship at a time, following a period of deep, deep uncertainty and global isolation. Some of you will do this through the powerful and transformative call to public service. And I'm very grateful to our 2 Peace Corps volunteers who are joining us, but I want to challenge the rest of you. And by that I mean all of you. Peace Corps is for everyone at every age. Join us in this moment where we need to be engaging globally around the world in very human, very connected ways. I know others will find these connections in the sense of purpose in government, healthcare, business, technology, education, the arts, music, or literature. Wherever you find your path taking you from here, be that spark that is lit by hope, by possibility. Because you see, progress requires optimism. It requires hope. It requires that we believe that our individual actions matter and that we believe in each other. So when I started this speech, I asked you all to give each other a high five. Did you know that, according to that internet thing, so it must be true, the simple act of giving someone a high five can build social connection? It can communicate confidence. It can increase endorphins and reduce cortisol. The act of lifting your arms above your head signifies a gold medal performance. You are both celebrating a person and getting them to cheer for themselves. So, class of 2024, find meaning and progress through connection. And when you just don't feel like you have any more to give, a simple high five can make someone's day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Carol, thank you very much for that fine address. We now turn to Craig Stein, the Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will announce the Touching the Future Awards.
Thank you, Carol. The Touching the Future Award takes its name from the words of Krista McAuliffe, the first teacher selected to participate in the Space Shuttle program who died in the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. McAuliffe expressed the sentiments of many teachers when she said, "I touch the future, I teach." In 2004, the Board of Trustees, through the leadership of the late Roy Dexheimer from the class of 1955, established the Touching the Future Award to honor educators and mentors from elementary, middle, and high school who have had an impact on our graduates. From the essays that were submitted by our seniors, 2 have been selected. Ricky Bork and Julia Maxey, will you please stand? Ricky Bork, a former rowing coach at the Row New York Club in New York City, was nominated by Griffin Reiner, who says Bork's leadership and work ethic led him to get his grades up and excel in his final year at Beacon High School and explore various college crew teams. Griffin Reiner says, if it weren't for Ricky, I wouldn't be graduated from Hobart with high marks and a degree in environmental studies, looking to move my life to Washington, D.C. to make the change in the world I have always wanted to see. Reiner graduates cum laude shortly in environmental studies and will serve as a government relations fellow at Lot 16, a bipartisan lobbying and communications firm. Julia Maxey, an English teacher at Severn School in Severna Park, Maryland, was nominated by Madeline Meyer, who says Maxey's teaching style allowed her to expand her thinking. She says even in our AP English class, with its stricter curriculum requirements, Ms. Maxey placed the growth of her students above the prescribed AP curriculum. She would also incorporate different teaching styles, and we would often have debates about current events to further our civil discourse abilities. A member of Phi Beta Kappa, Hi Tamai, Laurel Society, and Omicron Delta Epsilon Honor Societies, Meyer graduates today summa cum laude in economics. Ricky Bork and Julie Maxey are recognized today for their important work as educators, mentors, and leaders, and for embodying the mission of Hobart and William Smith Colleges to prepare students to lead lives of consequences. Hobart and William Smith proudly present you with the 2024 Touching the Future Award. Before I give the microphone up, I just wanted to say on behalf of those who knew him, God bless Michael Rollins. We miss him a lot.
Graduating seniors Jesse Whalen Small and Samari Brown have been chosen to offer their reflections on this important day and moment in their lives. May I introduce Jesse and Samari to the podium.
Good morning to the faculty, staff, administrators, friends, family, and community members here today. And congratulations to my classmates sitting in the chairs before me. As you prepare to embark on the next part of your journey, always remember this. The Advancement Office is accepting monthly recurring donations, and you can see Bob O'Connor when the ceremony is over. He's right over there. On a more serious note, I could not ask for a better group of people to have spent these last few years with. I want to share a brief reflection on the main thing I've learned during my time at HWS, the importance of picking your family. In the summer before my senior year of high school, my mom and I were completing the Northeast Liberal Arts College Loop, and our last stop, the best stop, was Hobart and William Smith. As we pulled into the parking lot, she read a quote from a speaker at a convocation ceremony. What speaker and in what year, much less the exact wording of the quote, I really don't remember. But I do remember the sentiment. I remember that the speaker said something to the effect of, I've never been somewhere with a more tangible sense of community. Of all the places they had been, HWS and Geneva stood out for its ability to make everyone feel welcome the second they arrived. My mom turned to me and she said, "Isn't that beautiful? You should think about that for your next 4 years. Having that sense of community is important." I thought 2 things. 1, don't kill some poor person in the parking lot, because to be fair, I'd only had my license for about a month. And 2, cool, Mom. Sense of community is definitely how I will pick my college. It might not be why I picked Hobart and William Smith, but that sense of community has become the most important part of my time here. Almost every day since then, I've been reminded that, as usual, Mom is right. They say that you can't pick your family. I'd challenge whoever said that to look at us today and tell me we all didn't pick to be here. Whether we all realized what this family would come with or not, we certainly did pick it. And I can say with 100% certainty that I picked the best family in the world. All year, I've had this feeling that I should be sadder about this day. I should dread the day that HWS decides my time is up and kicks me to the curb. They tell me I have to get a job, whatever that means. I should feel like I did at the end of high school, where I had so many people that had touched my life, but I wouldn't be able to see them and say thank you. I wouldn't be able to share one last hug or one last laugh. But every time I think I should be sad, I really do get happy instead. And I know this feeling of happiness is the one that I should be feeling. Because when I walk across this stage shortly, shake President Guerin's hand, and receive that special piece of paper, I will do so lined up with my family. And more importantly, I will do so with the family that I chose. Whether you've been here since August 2020, or whether you joined our family a year or 2 later, we have all, for a million different reasons, chosen to spend our time on this campus in this city. Not only have we all chosen to be here, but we've chosen to stick it out through the good times and the bad. I really can't express how deeply you have all impacted my life and how excited I am to see all the things you do. But more importantly, I've been grateful to share a home with all of you. I leave you with this. Wherever you call home next, enjoy it. Whoever you pick as your next family, think long and hard about who you want that to be. But while you enjoy your time at your next home and with your next family, never forget the city and the family that raised you. Thank you.
Early this morning, we watched the sun rise over Seneca Lake for the last time during our undergraduate career. Some of us laughed, some of us cried, and all of us wondered, where did the time go? As we stand on the edge of this new chapter in our lives, it's important to reflect not only on the milestones we've achieved, but also on the challenges we have overcome. I want to spend some time grounded in this moment, reminding us of just how far we have come. From the moment that we unloaded our lives into JPR, Cheryl, the mini quad, and the William Smith Hill, to the touching moment that we shared this morning, smiling underneath the bright orange sky as it illuminated the greenery across the horizon. I'm so honored to be here with you today on one of the most special days of our lives. For most of us, this is our first in-person, unmasked graduation ceremony, and that's something to celebrate. I'm so proud to graduate beside all of you, some of the strongest people that I know. We started college in the midst of a pandemic, racial reckoning, and a rise in mental health challenges. And yet, here we are. The COVID-19 restrictions were strong, but the friendships that we have made along the way are stronger. We learned about the world around us while it continued to change right beneath our feet. We traveled the world, leaving our mark on the places that we have seen. And we continue to unapologetically chase our dreams, whatever those may be, standing beside the people who matter to us the most. I can't think of a more resilient, courageous, or brilliant group of people than all of you. But I also can't stand here and not address the fear in the air. I mean, I'm scared too, especially because we're being launched into a world of uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. This is almost the same kind of fear that we felt during the end of high school, when we all thought that the best years of our lives were behind us. But take a look around. Here we are, 4 years later, With another degree, or two, under our belts, we created memories of joy, laughter, and love, and these memories will forever be engraved in our hearts and minds. We made it, and we couldn't have done it without our support systems. So thank you. Thank you to our faculty, staff, families, and friends for making these last 4 years as special as they were. And I want to thank each of you for being a part of this strong community that we call our home. I thank you in advance because I know that if I ever need anything, I have about 200 people that I can call, and so do you. I want each of us to think back to our time here at HWS and be proud of the work that we have done, the lives that we have touched, and the people that we have become. I can't tell you that when we leave this place that the world out there will be welcoming us with open arms, but in a world of uncertainty, there is one thing that we can be certain of. The world is in our hands, and we have the power to make a change. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. We are the new doctors, lawyers, economists, teachers, and scientists, you name it, and I'm so confident in our ability to change the world. We may be leaving the familiar side of Seneca Lake, but we take with us the lessons learned and the memories created. May you always wear your green and white with pride, but never forget the yellow inside, the loyalty and joy that this place has taught us. Congratulations.
Provost Sarah Kirk will now present the candidates for the College Experience Certificate, Master of Arts in Higher Education Leadership, Master of Arts in Teaching, and Master of Science in Management, and the President will confer those degrees.
Will the candidates for the College Experience Certificate please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present the College Experience Certificate. The candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by Hobart and William Smith Colleges and ARC, Ontario for that certificate.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the College Experience Certificate of Hobart and William Smith Colleges on ARC, Ontario, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Masters of Arts in Higher Education Leadership at Hobart and William Smith please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Master of Arts in Higher Education Leadership the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
We're making history right now. By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Arts in Higher Education Leadership of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Masters of Arts in Teaching at Hobart and William Smith please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Masters of Arts in Teaching the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Arts in Teaching of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Masters of Science in Management at Hobart and William Smith Colleges please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Masters of Science in Management those students standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Management of Hobart and William Smith Colleges and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
The Dean of William Smith College, Lisa Kenzig, and the Dean of Hobart College, Scott Brophy, will now present candidates for degrees, and the President will confer those degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Bachelor of Science with honors and praises to be mentioned, the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science of Hobart and William Smith Colleges and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Bachelor of Arts with honors and praises to be mentioned, the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts of Hobart and William Smith Colleges and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
President Guerin, the students for the College Experience Certificate will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Brandon Black. Joshua Krzyzanowski. Peter Luna.
President Guerin, the Hobart and William Smith students for the Master of Arts in Higher Education Leadership will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Alexander Tibbetts Cottrell. Rejan Yandra Hijuner. Ashley N. Kinsey. Jared Xavier Leek. Jocelyn Valerie McKenzie. Aaron N. Smith.
President Giron, the Hobart and William Smith students for the Master of Arts in Teaching will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Hannah Marie Bixby. Sophia Nicole Bruno. Karina Marie Connolly. Karina Sophie Farwell. Katarina Sophie Fisher. Sarah Marie Hammond. Madison Aileen Henry. John Reese Lloyd. Allison Mitchell Lucier. Caitlin Elizabeth Pratt.
President Giron, the Hobart and William Smith students for the Master of Science in Management will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Morgan Taylor Adams. Suleiman Barlow. Catherine Page Barilla in absentia. Troy Lewis Bartolome. Felix Antonio Beltre, Jr. Mary Catherine Breward in absentia. Adriana Lynn Camacho in absentia. Rye Cohen in absentia. John M. Daly. Julia Louise DeMena. Roxanne Natalia Dyer. Emma Josephine Vaso. Nolan Fierro. Nicholas Salvatore Gules. John Anthony Herlihy. Aaron Bailey Kluge. Vincent Orlando. Emmeline Rose Reed. Jacob Miles Rutstein. Adam Joseph Shea. Jalen William Schuyler Washington Lobdell. Eliza May Wild in absentia. Zachary Williams. Mackenzie Brianna Wadka in absentia. Michael James Zaccone.
President Giron, the candidates for the bachelor's degree will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Devin Michael Adamo.
Arushi Agarwal. Umama Ahmed.
Matteo Albanati, magna cum laude.
Rafaela Albua Sanchez.
Jonah Alexander, magna cum laude. Rory H. Allen. Zachary Lee Ambielli.
Evan Grace Amendum, cum laude.
Michael Joseph Andrews. Danilo Vincenzo Anselmi. Zachary Michael Anson.
Kaylee Aquino.
Minor Giovanni Arevalo. William Argueta with honors in music.
Ashley Marie Aronson, magna cum laude with honors in religious studies. Taylor Louise Ash, summa cum laude. Cherish Ashanti Atkinson. Isabella Elena Babican, summa cum laude.
Chad Tedford Bach.
Malik Bailey. Mary Brewster Bayless, magna cum laude. Tessa Baker.
Christopher T. Bartosik, in absentia. Ezekiel Crispin Betancourt.
Emily Bender.
Fisher David Bernbach. Jamin Michael Bliss.
Jane Patricia Bliss.
Matthew David Brand, summa cum laude.
Ava Rosemary Brazzi.
Charles Mara Brennan. Jordan Allen Britton, cum laude. Griffin Richard Brown.
Katie Brown. Laura Kelly Brown.
Matthew James Brown, summa cum laude.
Samari Janai Brown, magna cum laude. Sydney Burke. Claire Elizabeth Burke, summa cum laude. Justine Ray Burness, cum laude.
Artem Andre Buzaveria.
Oh, yeah.
Summa cum laude. Ayla Baberi.
Ashley Moran Byron, magna cum laude.
Wesley Capitani, summa cum laude. Michael Cardinali.
All right, Michael.
Guillermo Alberto Castaneda Chang, cum laude.
Emily Sheridan Cataldo.
Ryan G. Catlin. Peyton Francis K. Richard Centeno. Ebenezer Chan, cum laude.
Julia Sanflin.
Spencer James Cole.
Lila Corbett. Ava Cornforth, magna cum laude. Katie Sage Corin.
Isaiah Cotton.
Mary Julia Cowie, magna cum laude, in absentia. Riley Wolfson Kraft.
Wilson Thomas Crane, cum laude.
Elizabeth Crimmins, magna cum laude. Melissa Sophia Christ, cum laude.
Joshua Adam Cruz. Charles Vincent Cuneo, cum laude.
Erilyn Daly.
Liam Vincent Daly. Maxwell Benjamin Daniels. Rainius Daramola. Anthony John DeTalis.
Ava Kirkby Kramer Dower.
Raji Davenport.
Alexandra Rose Davidson, summa cum laude. Anya Davis. Hannah Davis. Lillian Catherine Davis, summa cum laude.
Sebastian de la Vega. Hendrik de los Santos. Seamus Dean. Zachary David Delaney, magna cum laude.
Madison Kelly Dix, cum laude, in absentia. Marlena DeFonte, magna cum laude with honors in biochemistry.
Liam Dillon. Drew D'Amalio.
Emma Rhiannon Donahue, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Donovan, in absentia. Ashley Hammond Dowling, in absentia.
Jacob Joseph Dresser, magna cum laude.
Yeshimabet Manon Drummond.
Joshua Mark Doobie, cum laude. Peter James DeShune.
Jessica Marie Duma, summa cum laude with honors in history.
James Proctor Durkin, cum laude. Christian Duval, magna cum laude. Matthew Robert Dreyer. Aaron Matthew Eddy, cum laude.
Syra Desiree Egborga. Jaden Elliott, cum laude. Alora Michelle Enright, magna cum laude. Lark Bradshaw Irvesty.
Benjamin Gilroy Estabrook. Benjamin Michael Evans.
Malik Fadlu Allah.
Winter Forrest Fagerberg.
Elisa Marie Fayola.
Colin Cash Fallon. John Francis Fallon. Benjamin Joseph Farrell, cum laude.
Sadie Ferguson, in absentia. Megan Christine Filmer, magna cum laude. Jamie Vine.
John Sumner Finity.
Delary Dana Flood, in absentia.
Robert Remsen Arnold Flynn. Elijah A. Fontaine. William Jeffrey Fuchs, cum laude.
Brittany Foster, summa cum laude. Sydney Foster, summa cum laude. Tiffany Foster, summa cum laude, in absentia. Violet Francis, cum laude. Shantae Naomi Frank, in absentia.
Andrew Jared Froelich.
Emma Reynolds Gagne.
Kevin J. Gaines.
Leiden Maraid Gallagher.
Ty R. Gallagher. Jonathan Garcia. Richard Garner.
Taylor Nicole Gautier.
Charles Edward McManus Gedney.
Megan Rose Geiger, magna cum laude. Alexandra Elizabeth George, magna cum laude.
Lucas Nathaniel Gillespie, cum laude with honors in history.
Kirby Keen Gillis.
Richard Elias Gleason. Benjamin Eric Greenfield.
Emily May Griffin, cum laude, in absentia.
Christopher Welch Graggle.
Hope Kayla Guzman. Eva Ray Hamill.
Mark Hanlon.
Alexandra Hansen, summa cum laude. Anna McCafferty Hauser, cum laude. Skylar Hauser.
Jackson Oliver Haycock. Patrick Robert Healy.
Aiden O'Keefe Higgins, magna cum laude.
Matthew Joseph High. Jacob Devlin Hodge.
Fiona Horan. Mary Bridget Ellen Horvath, cum laude.
Owen Francis Gonsalves Hoteling, cum laude. Peter Allen Gonsalves Hoteling, cum laude.
Aaron Elbridge Howe, cum laude.
Sheng Han Jie.
Sylvia Hudak, cum laude. Christina Joy Hunter, in absentia.
Matari Ego. Frederick B. Jackson, magna cum laude.
Lauren Nicole Jackson, cum laude.
Owen Harris Jacobson. Syed Muhammad Abbas Jaffrey.
Bianca Evita Jamo, magna cum laude.
Joseph Paul Janes Jr., magna cum laude with honors in classics.
Brooke Jarvis, magna cum laude. Solveig Margreta Amina Vital Jensen. Emily Sophia Johnson, magna cum laude. Kaya Ray Johnson.
Lucas Johnson. Porter McKay Johnson.
Kennedy Reed Jones, summa cum laude with honors in writing and rhetoric. Quinn Caroline Jones.
Sean Kalinchenko Pessin, Magna cum laude with honors in psychological science. Noah Canfer.
Claire Capitan, summa cum laude. Eleanor Anna Kennedy, summa cum laude. Heather Elizabeth Laird Kearns, magna cum laude with honors in geoscience. Kaylin Mackenzie Kessman, magna cum laude.
Cameron Brian Cooley.
Madeline Rose Kilmer with honors in educational studies.
Benjamin Paul Kimmy.
Emma Colton Kurtz, magna cum laude.
Omar Kawan. Zachary Sanford Kaiser. Christian John Kolaga, summa cum laude.
Hannah Elizabeth Kopman, in absentia.
Joel Ryan Kraft. Gabrielle Kuhn.
Julia Kunzelman, magna cum laude.
Richard James Lalash III, cum laude.
That's my end. Eden Laurent.
Kevin Thomas Lassman, cum laude.
Hannah Mitchell Lax, summa cum laude. Sophie Leidig, magna cum laude.
Marcus Stephen Lenz. Samuel Kenneth Flesher.
Maisie Lynn Smith. Naila Lloyd Jones, cum laude.
Alanson James Loomis.
Yuvanka Luz Lopez. Velocity Moyi Yovanka Lopolito.
Henry T. Glowden. Ryan P. Lucy. Alexander Bassett McCluskey.
Hannah Bates McDonald, in absentia. Shan McKenzie, in absentia. Elizabeth McMurray. Anna Madden, cum laude.
James Richard Mahoney.
Catherine Mahoney, magna cum laude. Rachel Helen Mahoney, summa cum laude, in absentia. Natalie Mariono, cum laude.
Gagi Kmalakian, cum laude. Ivan Malcolm, cum laude, with honors in music. John DeVere Maloney. Zachary Kyle Manuel, cum laude. Charles W. March II. Francis Stephen Martocci. Kyle J. Mast.
Hannah Kate Matty. Elizabeth Grace Maxwell.
James Spencer Mazzarelli.
Anna McBride. Olive McCall, cum laude. Kristen Zoe McCormick.
Joseph Paul McCoy, summa cum laude.
Alexandra Marie McGinty, in absentia. Chloe Rose McGlynn, summa cum laude, in absentia. Quinn McGowan, magna cum laude.
Peter Kelly McGriff, magna cum laude. Paul Francis McLaughlin. Ian Alexander McClellan.
Alexis McNair, magna cum laude, in absentia. Amanda Mengel, in absentia.
Elliot Bradley Menzies, cum laude. John McIver Meskin, cum laude.
Madeline Gray Meyer, summa cum laude. Alexandra Miller.
Zurich Miranda. Jackson Carter Mishla, summa cum laude, with honors in philosophy.
Caroline Ann Middleman, summa cum laude.
Ian James Severin Moeller, magna cum laude. Peterson Menexent. Ian Emerson Moon, summa cum laude.
Crystal Hannah Morgans.
Alexander William Morse. Austin Granville Maurer, cum laude. Suraj Sivaram Mukamala. Mark Ryan Moeller, magna cum laude.
Sadie Maeve Mulady. Margaret Mulvaney, magna cum laude.
Jack Robert Murphy. Will Stephen John Murray.
Elizabeth Navs, magna cum laude. Cora Bennett Nagel, cum laude.
Kyle Anthony Nalen, in absentia. Ruben Francesco Navarro.
Kirsten Nelson. Mackenzie Norris. Mackenzie Ann O'Neill. Anna Elizabeth O'Neill. Caitlin Alexa Oswalt, summa cum laude.
Conrad Alexander Palmer. Kaya Perara.
Chloe Parrott.
Jared Patterson, magna cum laude.
Sophia Bell Patillo, cum laude. Caroline Wren Payne, summa cum laude, in absentia. Scarlett Pena.
Ronan Perry.
Amber Lee Polipchak, in absentia. Oh, you're here. Great.
Timur Pishkinert, cum laude. Dimitro Piskin, summa cum laude.
Brenda Nicole Placencia Medina, cum laude. Eloise Marjorie Porter, magna cum laude.
Joseph Lonnie Powers.
Kayla Lauren Powers, summa cum laude, in absentia.
Caleb Daniel Pulver, cum laude.
Willow Lucinda Quine. Kathleen Quinlan, magna cum laude. Samantha Leah Quinones, cum laude. Maya Ratner, magna cum laude with honors in philosophy. Sophie Redmond, cum laude with honors in studio art.
Griffin Chamberlain Reiner, cum laude.
Isabella Sky Renzi, summa cum laude. Elisa Alba Ribordi, summa cum laude. Andy Cecile Richardson, magna cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Risley, cum laude, in absentia.
Nicholas Rivera Torres, in absentia. Chase Anthony Rizzo. Cooper Baxter Robarts, cum laude.
Elia Sophia Roberts, magna cum laude.
Dylan Nicholas Robson.
Christina Marie Rock, summa cum laude with honors in theater. Yasmerlyn Rodriguez. Genesis Rosario. Tay Rossi, summa cum laude. Avery Rossman, magna cum laude. Emily Ann Rourke, magna cum laude. Kylie Rowland, summa cum laude.
Grayson Charles Rudolph.
Ava Grace Ruppersberger, cum laude.
James Sarva, cum laude.
Madeline Elizabeth Savicki, cum laude. Madeline Schleicher, cum laude, in absentia. Abigail Schneider.
William Hibbard Seaman.
Lila Slim, cum laude.
Nicholas Bayard Sessions, cum laude. Douglas Charles Sheehan, in absentia. Jacob Thomas Siegel, magna cum laude. Matthew Blake Siegel.
Jenica Ann Simon, magna cum laude. Caden Smith. Leanna Christine Smith, magna cum laude with honors in writing colleagues. Ruby Smith. Jada Smith Padmore. Basil Schneider.
Liam Heatley Solomon. Lucas Hippocrates Soteropoulos.
Margaret Louise Speckhart, cum laude. Annette Hall Stevens, summa cum laude.
Joel William Stevens, cum laude.
Linda Stockman.
Charles Edward Stockwell, summa cum laude.
Florence Rodman Stout, summa cum laude with honors in religious studies.
Stephen Stromberg.
Crystal Simone Struther.
Gabrielle Reese Suarez. Marcello Suarez, cum laude.
Grace Charlotte Swartz, cum laude. Emily Lynn Tang, magna cum laude. Harper Bess Tanguay.
Tanner Joseph Tatton, summa cum laude.
Layla Carolyn Taylor, cum laude. Amalia Josanne Temple.
Lucas Thalen. Tate Linwood Tower, summa cum laude.
Elena Margaret Tremblay, summa cum laude. Gabriella Francesca Trevisani, magna cum laude. Molly McEwen Trunfio, cum laude.
Matthew Douglas Turner.
Lawrence Van Allen, summa cum laude.
Christopher Nicholas Viviano, in absentia.
Leonard Francis Van Sickle. Emma Caroline Van Gorder, summa cum laude. Natalie Vargas.
Roman Octavio Vargas Garcia.
Gianna Nicole Vest, magna cum laude.
Vutive cum laude. Thank you, sir.
Summertime Vion, summa cum laude in absentia.
Lucas Talon.
Chris Viviano.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Viviano. Max von Graffenried. Jordan Anthony Johnson Walker. Thomas Buckingham Walker. Drew Walsh.
Elena Jean Wamhoff, summa cum laude.
Zachary Xavier Wantuck. Connor Ward. Samuel Adams Ward.
Gretchen Lorraine Warner, magna cum laude. Autumn Christine Washington, cum laude.
Isaiah Joseph Washington.
Emily Elizabeth Waters, summa cum laude. Caitlin Jean Weeks, summa cum laude, with honors in English and creative writing. Ella Karen Weiss, magna cum laude.
Jesse Patrick Whalen Small, summa cum laude.
Elizabeth Whitney. Britta Baker Wilkerson, magna cum laude.
Clyde E. Williams. Dylan Williams Molitor. Alexander Thomas Wilmot, cum laude.
Frances Elizabeth Wilson, magna cum laude.
I know. Reese Andrew Lee Wilson, magna cum laude.
Jalissa Kalia Shauna Winters, summa cum laude. Sadie Rose Winton, cum laude.
Yes, Sadie! Thank you. Thank you.
Ahmed Diallo, Khalid Wise.
Ainsley May Moole Woods, cum laude.
Matthew Joseph Wuth, magna cum laude. David George Wynn, cum laude.
And Emma Lynn Yeager, magna cum laude.
Good. Well, we have listened to the thoughtful words from Jesse Whalen Small and Samari Brown. With Jesse, thankfully listening to his mother about his college choice, and urging you never to forget your chosen family or the city that raised you. And Samari's hopeful words invoking Nelson Mandela to use your education as the most powerful weapon to change the world. And we will all take Peace Corps Director Carol Spahn's engaging counsel and perspective on progress in these times in her recommendation to fiercely nourish and seek out connections. And we've all been inspired by the lives of three graduates, Jessica Knoll, Michael Rollins, John Norville, who model the life of an engaged alum and citizen. And now, with your diplomas firmly in hand, a brief word. We hope you will leave us to honor the mission of Hobart and William Smith to lead a life of consequence. We hope you will leave us to honor the inscription over Demarest Hall facing this quad that reads, "You are the hope of the world." We hope you will leave us to honor the words of the late John Lewis, who spoke on this campus when he urged us all to find a way to get in the way. But we also hope you will leave us knowing that living a life of consequence and being the hope of the world and finding a way to get in the way isn't always about seeing the results in real time. It isn't about the recognition, like our 3 graduates on this who have received the institution's highest honor. And I acknowledge that in a world that has a lot of instant gratification, from likes and retweets, that can be hard to accept. But I would argue that even without the instant gratification, even without knowing the extent of one's true impact, even without an honorary degree, one can live a life of consequence. For I believe that we have the opportunity and perhaps even a responsibility to make an impact on others, even if we don't realize it in the moment. Everyday interactions with people in our community, from commuting to work on the bus or train to the fellow customers waiting in line at Dunkin'. Those everyday, seemingly small interactions actually have a big impact. And if there was one silver lining to the pandemic, there's a body of research that validates this. Researchers have found that small, fleeting interactions can have a consequential impact on our mental health and social well-being. Studies have found that these informal, casual interactions with acquaintances and strangers, so-called weak ties, can be, quote, just as effective in restoring our sense of well-being and belonging as with stronger ties to close friends and family, quote. One study from the pandemic with undergraduate students in their older group of community members found that the greater subjective well-being and sense of belonging on days when they had weak tie interactions. When a researcher instructed half of the study participants to smile, interact, make eye contact, and engage in brief conversation with a barista at Starbucks, they reported more positive emotion and a greater sense of belonging. For some, these casual interactions can be a morale boost to both parties in the conversation. For others, it can be a welcomed antidote to loneliness, which the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy has declared an epidemic in our nation. Indeed, across the globe, nations are confronting the challenges of loneliness, with Japan and the UK establishing ministers of loneliness. But in considering all of this, I'm reminded of the adage, one of the great tragedies in life is that one of the greatest tragedies in life is that you will always be loved more than you ever know. Meaning those interactions, those relationships that may seem distant or modest or forgetful have an impact. In welcoming Peace Corps Director Carol Spahn to our campus, I've been thinking of my own tenure as the director of the Peace Corps. And I was reminded of a visit to East Africa to meet with Peace Corps volunteers. And in a meeting with the Minister of Education, he said to me that the first American he ever met and the best teacher he ever had was his Peace Corps volunteer. And he gave me his name. I was quite struck by this. So when I went back to Washington, I checked our files and I tracked him down in Falmouth, Massachusetts. And I called him. And I reported on my trip and my conversation with the minister that I had, telling him that the minister said he was the first American he ever met and the best teacher he ever had. And it was notable because that minister sets educational policy and goals for his nation, and his model was that Peace Corps volunteer. When I finished my story, the returned Peace Corps volunteer, there was a long pause, and he said to me, "Wow, I don't remember who that was. There were 62 students in my class. I'll check the photograph. I still have it. Clearly, that young Peace Corps volunteer did not calculate the impact he would have on a future Minister of Education. John Nervell, Michael Rollins, and Jessica Knoll didn't know that their commitment to public service, mentorship of Hobart and William Smith students, or literary accomplishment would have on the future of our students and our broader society. To our graduates, you have all had models on this campus of faculty and coaches and staff, Geneva neighbors, who live lives committed to purpose, to meaning, and to accomplishment. Indeed, every day at lunch and dinner in Saga, you have had models of engagement with Laura and Shirley welcoming you to a meal, asking about you, about your family, and how you were doing. So to the class of 2024, dream big. Live a life with the inspiration of Nobel laureate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first elected female head of state in Africa, who said, "If your dreams do not scare you, they're not big enough." And indeed, you graduate from a place that has been formed and founded and nurtured by big dreamers. Bishop John Henry Hobart's dream, more than 2 centuries ago, to start a college here on what was the frontier of the nation in many ways. William Smith's radical dream for a college to educate women. Elizabeth Blackwell's big dream that was without precedent in our nation when she came to Geneva. Or Alger Adams' dream for an education, coming from Omaha, Nebraska to Geneva, New York. We need you out there in this world. We need your skills, your courage, your heart. Take the privilege of this degree. It is a privilege that only 6% of the world enjoy. 6%. Use it wisely to advance your dreams. Use it productively to advance the common good. Use it with care and with compassion to those who do not enjoy what you today have attained. And use it with pride for this special place, Hobart and William Smith. And all of us behind me, your families, staff, Geneva neighbors, all of us will be cheering you on each and every day. Go forth, class of 2024. Godspeed.
Hello, everyone. Earlier this semester, on April 8th, much of HWS joined together on this very lawn for a wonderful gathering to watch the solar eclipse. Unfortunately, the day was not like today. Although there was some disappointment as the clouds blocked the view of the sun, and our precious eclipse glasses, our HWS eclipse glasses, were unnecessary, our spirits were not dampened. Throughout the campus, there were opportunities to learn about all things eclipse, history, culture, and science, along with a big picnic on this very lawn. As 3:21 p.m. approached, the sky began to darken, the chirping of crickets and birds became louder, and a sense of awe and magic descended on this very spot, a little like today. And the community witnessed the transformation from lightness to darkness and back to daylight again. The interplay of light and shadow is something that we all experience in our lives. When you face challenges, try to remember this day, the pride that you feel, the support of the community, and the love of your friends and family as you move through the light and the shadow. In the Jewish tradition, it is customary to say a prayer for the road, Tefillat Haderech, when setting forth on a trip or new venture. I'd like to share a version of this blessing with you and for all of you. May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. May this be your blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by wings of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every heart. May this be your blessing. Amen. Amen. May this be your blessing. Amen.
We ask that all guests remain seated until the recession of the platform party and until the faculty and graduates have exited the quad. Leading the recession of our newest graduates and celebrating their 50th reunion this year are, from the classes of 1974, Michael Orith and Jean Van Etten. They are joined by Chevy Devaney, class of 1995, parent, class of 2021, parent, class of 2023, and Executive Director of Alumni and Alumni Relations. At this time, I would ask all the graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left. The Hobart and William Smith College's commencement exercises of 2024 are now closed. Feel free to throw your mortar boards into the air.